This is Shawn and Sue's podcast on 92.7 WOBM.
The Ocean County Breakfast Show with Shawn Michaels and Sue Long.
Ocean County's best variety. 92.7 WOBM.
92.7 WOBM with Katy Perry on a Wednesday morning. It is January 24th, 7:41. Shawn Michaels in with you. Sue's on vacation. Aaron Vogt is in with us this morning. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning.
We are talking about the Oscars because yesterday was the big announcement of the Oscar nominations. So we thought we'd have you come in and break down some of the bigger categories. I love the way when they do the announcements, though. They start off with like all these categories
But nobody cares about.
Nobody cares about.
Except for the people who are nominated.
Who are nominated.
Very exciting
The
for
five
them.
people that are
Yeah.
nominated. Yes. So it takes a while. I'm sitting here watching. Get to the movies. Get to the movies. But anyway, so let's talk about some of the big, different categories. Where do you want to start?
Oh, there's so much, a wealth of information, and it really is kind of diverse here in the sense that there were some surprises and
Yeah.
some welcome surprises at that. I mean, there were actually a couple of things that were actual hits at the box office who got recognized. Not sadly Wonder Woman, but that's kind of just part of being, in the superhero realm that way. But
Yeah.
even a couple of nominations for Star Wars and all that stuff in the other categories. So yeah, there's a lot. But I guess we should start with the leader of the pack, so to speak, because Guillermo del Toro's The Shape of Water almost hit. It's what it could have been like a tie
Yeah.
for a record, but it's 13 nominations.
Right?
in
Now,
all.
did you see this?
Not yet. This is one of them that I'm going to have to catch up on before.
What they said this morning on the news, it's a love story with a sea monster.
It is. Have you seen the trailer at least for it?
Yes.
Yes.
It's like a woman falls in love with the creature from the Black Lagoon.
I didn't know how to feel about the trailer in itself.
Yeah.
But it's very, for anybody who's seen anything, even just snippets of Guillermo del Toro, he's very that fantasy, that dark world. So it kind of is in his wheelhouse
But
that way.
still, it's a woman falling in love with a fish.
Yeah, it's really...
This is the biggest nominee of the season. I mean, I just don't know what to expect out of that movie.
I think it's the allegory of, somebody who doesn't conform and, somebody who is labeled an outcast and,
Oh, yeah,
that
when
whole
you're a
thing.
sea monster, you're going to be an outcast. I mean, we can only be so politically correct. But anyway, this is the big one. This one got 13 noms, as you said. And Best Picture was one of them.
Yeah, it's up for Best Picture. It's up for, let me see, I have my list here. It's 13. I have them printed out in different categories here. The Shape of Water. Let's see. I'll tell you really quick the laundry list of everything.
But I was laughing this morning when they, they basically described it as a woman falls in love with a sea monster.
It is true. I mean, like there are some times where it's hard to put a summary to it, but in this case, that really is it. Sally Hawkins, by the way, the actress who does the falling in love, is also out right now in a very different role. She's in Paddington 2, where she gets to speak because we went to all that. I was like, wow,
She
look
has
at
some
that.
diverse co-stars.
Yeah, very much so. But she is up for lead actress. She got nominated for her role in The Shape of Water. Octavia Spencer, supporting actress, cinematography, directing. So Guillermo del Toro is in that category as well. And then a bunch of other categories as well to add up to that 13. And then the next in line, I should say, not right behind, but 8 nominations for Christopher Nolan's Dunkirk, which had gotten a lot of buzz, also did very well at the box office. This is, of course, the acting debut of Harry Styles. He's not up for an Oscar.
No,
but
no.
there's
It's an
lot.
ensemble cast. It's up for a lot of other, it doesn't have any actors involved, but it did get a lot of noms as far as, Best Picture and other things.
And
Director
directing.
so yeah, director.
Christopher Nolan, I believe this is his first time actually getting nominated.
Yeah.
So
That's on my to-see list.
I think that's the top of my to-see list to catch up on. I think we'll start with Dunkirk. I think that's a good one.
Now, Best Picture nominees. What do we have out as far as now? It's funny because they not only do a few; they do a lot. There's 9 that are up for the Academy Award for Best Picture.
Yeah, 9 this year. So we'll just run down that. It's Call Me by Your Name with Timothy Chalamet, who is a New York native. He's young. He's up for Best Actor. He's also kind of the front runner in that, so to speak, by a lot of people. Darkest Hour. That's the one about Winston Churchill. Then Dunkirk, as we just mentioned. Get Out. That's another big one that got nominated for Best Picture, Best Director for Jordan Peele.
Yes.
And also Best Screenplay. He's only like the 3rd person to ever pull that off for his first debut, his film.
We
his
just
first film
watched
ever.
that this weekend. Have you seen that?
No, have you?
Yes,
What'd you
we
think?
this weekend we saw
what
it.
did you think of it?
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the best picture of the year,
Right.
but it's definitely a sci-fi thriller that kind of keeps you on the edge of your seat. It's creepy.
So maybe he went for like screenplay or something like that, I'll say.
Yeah, it's creepy.
There's that. Then that's followed up by Lady Bird, which I did see. That's one thing I can cross off my list.
Yeah.
Phantom Thread. This is supposedly the final film of Daniel Day-Lewis. The Post, big one. Steven Spielberg with Meryl. He was not up for Best Director this year, but Meryl Streep is nominated.
And Tom
in her
Hanks
category.
was shut out.
He was
for
also
actor
shut
as
out.
well.
That's right. And then we mentioned The Shape of Water, and then the longest title ever.
Yes.
3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which we'll refer to as 3 Billboards.
Okay. Very good.
That's your 9 for Best Picture.
Wow. Going on to Best Actor. This one here, you mentioned already Timothée Chalamet.
Yes.
But Daniel Day-Lewis, his final film.
Yeah, we would kind of expect that would happen. People, we love Daniel Day-Lewis, the method actor that he is, and the way he really throws himself into these roles. Those 2 are up. You have Daniel Kaluuya from Get Out. You have Gary Oldman, who's also nominated. And then this was one of the bigger surprises of this year's Oscar nominations. Denzel Washington gets another nomination, this time for Roman J. Israel Esquire, that legal thriller. And that was, in a lot of people's eyes, he got that nomination over the spot that had been earmarked by a lot of people for James Franco for The Disaster Artist, because he had gotten a lot of buzz, and then he had those allegations.
He had this fallout
and then,
in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, so whatever the reason may be, he is out of the field.
How about actress? What are the top nominees?
We mentioned her briefly, Sally Hawkins for The Shape of Water, Frances McDormand, who's been cleaning up at all these other awards shows for 3 Billboards.
Yeah.
Then you have Margot Robbie with her turn as Tanya Harding, Saoirse Ronan for Lady Bird, and she breaks her own record with nominations, Meryl Streep for The Post.
Yeah. You mentioned I, Tanya, in the supporting actress role. I believe we have the woman who played the mother in I, Tanya.
Yes, Allison Janney,
Allison
who's
Janney,
also
yes,
been the front runner with with all the others leading up to Golden Globes and things. So she is up again, but this time for the big dance for the Oscars. This is really interesting. We know her and love her as a singer, but Mary J. Blige was a supporting actress in this movie Mudbound. And so she is up for Best Supporting Actress, and she's also up for Best Original Song.
I was going to say Mudbound is also up in song.
She is the first person to be nominated for an acting and the song in the same year. So that's kind of an interesting first as well.
Very interesting.
And then in that category, filling out Supporting Actress, Octavia Spencer is up, Laurie Metcalf as the mom in Lady Bird, and Leslie Manville for that movie Phantom Thread.
Very good. As far as Best Supporting Actors, there's, a lot of the big movies also, Sam Rockwell from 3 Billboards is in there. Richard Jenkins from Shape of Water is in there. Woody Harrelson, I guess he was in 3 Billboards too.
He had a smaller role than Sam Rockwell, and so people were kind of surprised.
Yeah.
They think that maybe people who'd been going for like a supporting actor for Call Me By Your Name might have kind of split the vote, so he kind of wiggled in that way. Willem Dafoe apparently is fantastic in The Florida Project. He's up for supporting actor for that.
Which is one of those movies I don't think anybody's seen, but he did a outstanding job in it.
And Christopher Plummer sneaking in under the wire for his role in All the Money in the World, which was he reshot with him after
It was the
Kevin
replacement.
Spacey. So,
Exactly.
Interesting.
I don't know if you have on your list there. Do you have animated movies on your list there?
Coco is up.
Coco is up because this is obviously your family realm here.
Yeah. Then The Boss Baby actually gets an Oscar nomination.
Yes.
Who knew? That's something.
That's interesting.
That was actually better, by the way. I hadn't seen that.
Yes.
I know it was a blockbuster of a hit.
I saw snippets of it.
When we finally watched it, I think it's on Netflix. It was actually better than I
It's
thought
a touching
it would be.
story between
It is.
2 brothers.
It's very sweet about the whole sibling balance of things.
I mean, the Boss Baby himself is a pretty, absurd character. But yes, there is a little
The
touching.
idea behind it. Ferdinand also up for Best Animated Feature. The Breadwinner and Loving Vincent. Those are the 2 that I don't know where they.
Coco, I think.
I think
Don't
that's
you
a
think?
lock. I really feel like I've seen a lot of people who haven't necessarily been, Disney super fans who say that it's their favorite in years to come out because
There's
of the
music
family
from
aspect.
Coco up for Best Song, too,
That
right?
song that was written by the same dynamic duo, the couple who was behind the Frozen Let It Go anthem, they wrote Remember Me, which is very much a part of the plot for Coco. So I mean, of course, I'm biased because I'm a mom, but
There you
I do feel like it should win.
You saw Coco, right?
We did, yes.
And you loved it, right?
We loved
My wife and my daughter went to see it, and they loved it, too.
My mom, too, by the way, because we've been through every Disney feature over the past 6 years or so regularly since my kid's age. My mom hasn't been with us for all of them, but she went and saw it on her own, and she was raving about it, too. So I think it's passed the litmus test, so to speak.
Yeah, and, of course, there's a twist in that, which we're not going to give away, but sort of took my wife and my daughter by surprise.
Yeah, it's part of the planning our kids to be good movie watchers.
I've been catching up on my Disney because Freeform, I mean, they just blow the Disney films out. I mean, on the weekends, it's like a Disney extravaganza. It's either Harry Potter or Disney.
Everything is always on.
Yes. So this past weekend, it was Tarzan.
Yeah.
And it was, I forget, Beauty and the Beast. And then it was I, Hero 6. And so it was just one after the other.
Speaking of Beauty and the Beast, that's actually up for 2 Oscars. Of course, it's costume and production design, but that live action, which was also did so well, could possibly win an Oscar as well.
Well, thanks for coming in and sharing some of the updates on the Oscars. And, of course, we'll see if the love story between a woman and a fish is the big winner this year at the Oscars.
We have to reserve judgment. We have until March 4th to do that.
Now, I believe, now I'm going to bring Nancy into the conversation here. Real quick, Nance. I know you saw Shape of Water, correct?
No, that's one of the ones I did not.
Oh, you did not? Because this is the one that, I mean, it's 13 noms, you said, right, Aaron?
Yes.
I will see it.
It is a love story between a woman and a fish, and we'll have to see. It's an interesting scenario.
I'm open to this because I hear so many good things about it.
Because it looks just like the creature from the Black
Yes,
Lagoon.
this
I
is
remember
what my
growing
husband
up
was
as a
saying.
child,
Yeah,
the creature from the Black Lagoon scared the daylights out of me. But this woman falls in love with him, and he's in a tank of water in a lab. And so anyway, we'll see.
Different kind of Beauty and the Beast, maybe?
There you go.
Oh, is he a prince?
I don't know.
Does she have to kiss a fish?
I'll wait till I see it. I'm just
I don't
speculating.
think he changes that quickly, though.
We've seen princes, if you kiss a frog, they turn it back, and
He's a
stuff.
frogfish-like.
If you kiss the creature from the Black Lagoon, does he turn into a handsome scientist? We'll have to see. All right. Aaron, thank you for coming in. We'll talk with you Friday about this weekend's movies coming out.
Sounds
good. Nancy Remy is in to talk traffic now with the morning commute. Good morning, Nance.
Yeah, and we are talking about just volume buildup as we're making our way over on the Parkway.
WOBM, good morning. We're playing the morning coffee contest with Shawn and Sue. We're playing Big Screen Bon Jovi. Who do we have with us?
Hi, my name's Al.
Hey, Al, what town are you from?
Tom's River.
All right, Al. So what movie was that a scene that John Bon Jovi had a cameo in?
Where'd they go? I don't know. Went over that way.
Blaze of Glory.
No, it was not.
Okay.
You're on the right track, but not right answer. WOBM, good morning.
Morning.
Hi. We're playing Big Screen Bon Jovi. Who do we have with us?
Mary.
Mary, what town are you from?
ID.
All right, Mayor.
What movie was that from?
Was it Young Guns?
You got it, Young Guns.
No.
Thank
Yes.
you so much.
John Bon Jovi.
He was in Young Guns?
Yes, he was in Young Guns. Actually, Young Guns 2, if you want to be totally precise. But Young
Wow.
Guns, the Young Guns franchise, that was a scene in which he played a cameo in. So there you go, Mary. You're going to see Bon Jovi. How does that sound?
That's great. Thank you so much.
All right, hold on the line.
that's
Congratulations.
awesome.
She's excited. Bon Jovi at The Rock, April 7th. More chances to win coming up with Shawn and Sue. WOBM, good morning. We're playing the morning coffee contest with Shawn and Sue. Who do we have with us?
Hi, it's Kerry.
Hi, Carrie. What town are you from?
Tom's River.
Okay, so here we go, Carrie. It is the Ocean County Breakfast Show players and Dramatic Bon Jovi. We're going to do our dramatic reading for you, and you can tell us what song you think
You
this
ready,
is.
Carrie?
Here we go.
I'm
Paint
ready
your
for it.
smile on your lips.
Blood red nails on your fingertips.
A schoolboy's dream. You act so shy.
Why are you shaking?
I was shaking there.
Yeah.
For dramatic purposes. All right, Carrie, what song do you think that is?
It sounds like You Give Love a Bad Name.
Is that your final answer, Carrie?
Yes.
You're right. Trying to be dramatic right till the end here.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
Incredible.
You give love a bad name. Yes, paint your smile on your lips. Blood red nails on your fingertips. A schoolboy's dream. You act so shy.
Now sing it, Carrie.
Your very first kiss was your first kiss goodbye.
You don't want me singing.
You won
I'll hum
Bon
along.
Jovi tickets.
Just say this. Go, whoa.
Whoa.
You're a loaded gun. Say it again.
Please don't make me.
Whoa. There's nowhere to
Living on a prayer.
run.
Wait, is
No,
that the
that's the
same
wrong song, Sue.
Sorry.
Sue,
Sorry, Carrie.
you know what, Sue? Even when you're listening, you're not listening.
I'm a loser. You're a winner, Carrie. Congratulations.
All right, hold on the line. Thanks for joining us. The Bon Jovi Bonanza
You
continues.
threw me off with whoa, living on a prayer, right?
No, whoa, you're a loaded gun. Whoa, there's nowhere to run.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, more chances to win coming up with WOBM. 92.7 WOBM Thursday morning, getting up 6:12 right now, 25 degrees. The feels like temperature, though, 13. It is cold out there this morning. Getting the kids off to school in a little bit. Make sure they're bundled up. Warm up that car before you're heading out. So this was a story that's trending, and it caught my attention. A lot of things going on with the Super Bowl and things happening. The story basically involves a veterans group, AmVets, and they wanted to place an ad in the program for the big game, and basically it was a photo of veterans and the American flag with the hashtag Please Stand, and basically referring to the Pledge of Allegiance, and that's been a controversial point with the NFL all season long. Basically, the NFL said, and they do have the right to put ads or not into their publications for the game. They rejected the ad, and I give my opinion on this. You can check it out at WOBM.com. We also have an online survey poll in which you can click on whether you agree with the NFL or you're undecided or disagree and so forth. Right now, 79% of those responding to our survey say they don't agree with the NFL rejecting the Veterans Group ad. We've got 16% saying they agree with the NFL, and 5% are undecided. So you can go on our website there. You can see the ad. We've got the link to check out the ad. Plus, you can see the points from both the NFL and from AmVets as well, and the two opposing points of view there. Plus, I give my opinion on it, and you can check it all out at WOBM.com, and you can also be a part of our survey. So it's just one of those stories that popped up this week, and we thought we'd take a little pulse and see what you listeners thought with WOBM.
Wake up with Shawn and Sue.
Ocean County's best variety.
92.7 WOBM.
92.7 WOBM with Adele on your Thursday morning. It is January 25th, 8:40. Right now we have 25 degrees, but that wind chill makes it feel like 13 this morning. So grab the jacket as you're heading out the door this morning. Hot cup of coffee will help too as well. Right now, Gary Gelman joins us from Gelman Images this morning on a Thursday. Good morning, Gary.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on. It's a great day out there. Looking forward to taking some great photos today of the staff.
You're going to be in here doing photos of the staff and, doing a great job with that. We look forward to that. And you got a busy day ahead of you. But before we do that, we thought we'd grab you for a few minutes because you're very active and a big member and a big part of the New Jersey Hall of Fame. Let's talk a little bit about this year's New Jersey Hall of Fame.
Well, coming up this year is a great lineup. Now, they have not announced the winners yet, and I actually don't even know, although I'm pretty close to the organization. But we know it's going to happen on May 6th in Asbury Park at the Convention Hall. We know this will be the third year that it's been there, and it's been a fantastic event. So many great people have come. This will be the 10th anniversary, so they're expecting an even greater celebration because of the anniversary.
Yeah, the decade anniversary. When we talk about the New Jersey Hall of Fame, how do folks get information about it and to resource it? Because, you might want to look back and say, all right, it's the 10th anniversary. Let me see who, is a member of the 10 years of classes there with the Hall of Fame.
Well, you can go online, njhalloffame.org, and you could go to the website and learn all about the Hall of Fame and also see who's won in the past. And if you go to their YouTube channel, you can see not only the presenters who present each, but also the winners and what they said at the event. So it's almost getting about a real live look at the event on YouTube. So if anyone wants to learn more about New Jersey Hall of Fame and those great people from New Jersey, that's where they go. For young people, I think in fourth grade in New Jersey, they talk about New Jersey, maybe New Jersey government. But you can learn so much about New Jersey people by going to the New Jersey Hall of Fame and hearing them from their own words. Buzz Aldrin, Bruce Springsteen, Danny DeVito, Jack Nicholson, Connie Chung, who was involved last year, So there are great people that come from New Jersey that you can hear about.
And there's all different types of backgrounds with the different inductees. I mean, from scientists to politicians to
sports, entertainment.
Yeah, entertainment. That, it runs the gamut of different occupations.
Right. They break it into, I think, 6 different categories so that everyone gets an even play. And they've added governmental, so a few former governors have been honored. But I think the status there is they have to be definitely retired politician. But in the most cases, I think Al Leiter was on the ballot this year. So maybe he's, they're going to announce at the end of January the winner. So he's a local guy, so we'll see. Maybe he'll be on.
If the public goes to the website, will they see who is on the ballot for this year?
Well, I think that's closed right now.
It's closed down now until you announce. Yeah,
now we're waiting for the Board of Trustees to announce the winners and who will be inducted in May.
And you have no names for us. Nothing's floating around that you can float out there.
No, you got to have me back. All I know is you got to have me back because at the end of January, so it's coming up probably in a week or two, they are going to release that.
Okay.
And that's when the big events happen where they start scheduling people to come, performers. There's always a surprise, and it's always great that it's here in Monmouth and Ocean County.
Well, cool. Well, we'll have you back in February, and you can tell us about that.
I appreciate it.
Photography is your life. You love photography. I love it as a hobby. It's just a great way for me to clear my mind when I take my camera, and I always go out alone. I don't know if people understand that or not, but I just go off on my own and traipse around. I drive and I get out, and that to me is relaxing.
Well, it's interesting. It's difficult to take someone with you, especially when you're creating art. And that is, if you need to get to a place, you don't want to necessarily have to worry about entertaining the person who's with you. So I can fully understand why you'd want to be alone.
Yeah.
And now, as we get into the spring season and we get out of this coldness, although hopefully the coldness will go away soon, it's always a great time down the shore to take photographs. So many great places here.
Yeah.
And although most of my photography is with people and for publishing purposes, the idea of going out and taking some landscapes is always encouraging and cool to know. And I see a lot of your work online, and you do great work.
I've gotten involved with birds, and it's become sort of like I've been obsessed with they are the hardest subject ever. I mean, they won't stay still. They don't like to be in one place for very long, and it's frustrating. But at the same time, if you can get a good shot, it's very rewarding.
Right. It's almost like photographing Sue. Last time I was here, and I've been photographing you guys for about a decade or so. It's like photographing Sue. Just stay there, Sue. I just got to get your picture. She's like all over the place.
She does move a lot. She does move a lot. Hey, one thing before we let you go, Gelman Images. They can go to your website for more information. But there is a big difference when it comes to getting professional. I mean, we're all, everybody's got their phones, and everybody loves to use their, technology with their, tablets and their phones. But there's such a difference when we talk about sitting down and getting professionally done photos for whether it be for work or for career use, for whatever that might be, as opposed to those pictures we're using with our phones and our tablets or whatever. There's such a drastic difference in definition and quality that people really need to think about that if they're going to be using it for professional purposes.
Right. I think the difference is posing and lighting and how it's used to make the best quality photograph. And with your phone or any other device, if you don't know posing and lighting, it's just a shot in the dark as to getting the best shot. And also background as well. The backgrounds that we use are textured just for taking photographs, so we're not going to get the glare that you would normally get. So for those who need a great headshot for LinkedIn or any other social media for business, Gelman Images is what is our company name. You go to our website and learn more about us.
Yeah, and your website?
GelmanImages.com. We're celebrating our 28th year.
Wow.
Coming up on 30 years in 2 years.
Wow, that's amazing.
Actually, next year is 30 years.
And you mentioned, with the social media and everything becoming such a buzz, you can personally crop and have photos that are perfect for those different platforms.
Yeah.
Which can be a problem, too, because if you've got photos that are too big, too wide, too high, they just don't come out right when you put them up on the different platforms.
Right.
And you can help them with that.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to let you go because you got a busy day. You've got like tons of radio people ready to get pictures taken.
Yes.
And we will talk to you in February with an update on the New Jersey Hall of Fame.
Very good. Thank you. Looking forward to it.
Gary Gelman, GelmanImages.com. We'll be back. We'll take a little break from music. We got traffic and weather next on WOBM.
The Ocean County Breakfast Show.
92.7 WOBM. Good morning. Shawn and Sue with you on this Friday. It's January 19th. Right now, 6:09, 19 degrees in Toms River. And yesterday we began our little online survey, whether or not, we keep hearing more and more stories about offshore drilling and the possibilities we could see it in the waters off the Jersey Shore. So we asked listeners what they thought, and we got a lot of votes in yesterday. 58% oppose offshore drilling, which I thought would be the case. I would think, living here at the shore, the majority would oppose offshore drilling. 35% say yes to it, though, approve of it.
Wow, that's pretty high.
Which is higher than I thought it would be.
Yeah, me too.
And 7% undecided. So 58-35, that was the percentages, no being the majority as far as votes for offshore drilling.
That's crazy. So, I'm really surprised at that higher number.
Also heard people talking about how they were upset that, I guess it was Governor Christie, they sort of put the kibosh on the windmill idea. But if you had to pick between the two sources of energy, I guess windmills would definitely be a cleaner, less anti-shore thing. I mean, if you had to pick between the two.
Them here.
Well, Atlantic City has the windmills down there.
Ocean Gate?
Yeah, Ocean Gate has the windmill as well. I guess strategic placement of them would be a big deal and so forth, but we do have a lot of wind. That is one thing we do have. And
why not use it? Why
wind,
not use that?
Wind doesn't ruin the beaches. So, but anyway, people have their thoughts about the windmills too. Anyway, if you want to check it out, the story's at WOBM.com, and we'll continue the voting, keep it open, throughout the weekend. But it's pretty close, 58-35 when it comes to offshore drilling. Check it out. The story's at WOBM.com. 92.7 WOBM, a little Springsteen for you on a Wednesday morning. Heading to news time, 42 degrees in Toms River. Shawn Michaels in with you. And we were asking listeners to get social with us because today's National Peanut Butter Day. And we were just simply asking, what's your best peanut butter dish? Well, Morgan made it very simple. She says right off a spoon. So she loves to eat the peanut butter right off the spoon. Josephine said a classic peanut butter and strawberry or grape jelly sandwich, the traditional. Now, Dorothy says peanut butter cups. A lot of people said Reese's peanut butter cups. Nancy likes peanut butter on apples. Ted wrote in, he said, how about with honey and banana on an English muffin? That's a good one for you, nice healthy one. Cynthia likes the Girl Scouts tag-alongs. So there you go. Sue loves chocolate peanut butter ice cream. And Julia wrote in, Hershey peanut butter kiss cookies are her favorite. So there you go. Those are some of the ideas folks had. Another one was bananas. Donna likes peanut butter with the bananas. And, of course, as I said, Reese's. A lot of folks like Reese's peanut butter cups. So no matter how you like your peanut butter, today's a day to celebrate and have a little peanut butter today. When we come back, we'll check news, traffic, weather. It's all next on WOBM.
In honor of the extra most best.
92.7 WOBM. It's the Ocean County Breakfast Show. Shawn and Sue with you on an early start to a brand new day. Sunshine coming through the clouds at 8:11, 54 degrees. And joining us right now, best-selling author, literary legend Maya Angelou joins us to talk about a new project that has a couple of different, angles you can come from. Good morning, Maya. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Good morning, Shawn and Sue.
How are you?
And your listeners. I'm wonderful, thank you.
Oh, what a wonderful book you have here. Hallelujah, The Welcome Table. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I'm a serious writer. I used to brag about myself or try to introduce myself by saying, I can write, I can cook, and I can drive. Not necessarily in that order. But as I've gotten older, I find myself driving less. But I still cook and I write. And I wanted to write about food and its magic properties. That it really can be, by people all over the world. Paris, Texas, Paris, France, everywhere. Peking, Ohio, and Peking, China, Beijing. People use food as a device to flirt, as a device to assure, to reassure, as a conciliatory device, to sort of win a job or to win a promotion.
Man, Maya makes food sound so much more intricate, doesn't she? I'm just like, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
We just take it for granted, but it's still used when you say to somebody, I want to take you out to dinner.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, there's more to that than I'll pay for it.
Well, that's what's interesting about this book, Maya, that you've put together here is it's not just a cookbook with add a cup of sugar, add a cup of flour. There's stories and there's relative thoughts of yours to go along with the food. So you're taking the listener not only into a cookbook, but you're talking, you know, it's still Maya Angelou writing to you as well.
You're taking them into your life, and that's what we love so much.
But Random House calls it a memoir focusing on food. And I think that's apt, really.
Now, I loved Oprah's chapter here.
Yes.
Fabulous. Oprah's suffocated chicken. She called it suffocated,
I
not
told
just
it was
gravy
smothered
over it.
chicken. She said, no, it's not smothered. That chicken didn't know what hit it. It's probably...
It's a great, great book. And I also love the chapter about how you got expelled, from school.
Oh, yeah.
And then your grandmother baked a delicious caramel cake.
Yes, she did.
Was that used as bribery?
The Ocean County Breakfast Show with Shawn Michaels and Sue Mo.
Ocean County's best variety. 92.7 WOBM.
Thanks for listening to Shawn and Sue's podcast on 92.7 WOBM. For more details, go to WOBM.com.